That's
December,
we're on?
Yeah, 4 o'clock, you know. Feel free to call the meeting. No.
Okay, the meeting of the Vance County America 250 is now in order.
That's the agenda here. I think we're going to do a roll call. So I guess I'll take. Okay, Mr.
Barbara Harrison is here.
Mhm. Blackburn's here. And here. And Mr. Edmonds, you joined us.
Yes, sir.
So I add you to this list. The only person that we are missing right now, it seems to be Mr. Hall. So we'll continue on, but we do have enough for, I guess, our quorum, our meeting.
And how do you spell your last name?
Edmonds, EDMONDS.
Not that I got your first name.
Jerry,
Thanks.
JERRY.
Figured I'd just lead into
And my
it.
apologies for missing the first meeting, but I serve as a vice president, one of the vice presidents of Vance Community College.
Oh, great. I'm glad you came.
Thank you.
That's it. Now back to you, Jay. I'll let you try.
Let me, this is the
Yes.
first that I'm looking at this agenda. Confirmation of meeting.
Yep, just did the roll call. So now we're at the.
So we're at the confirmation of meeting recording for public record?
Mm-hmm. Yep, so the meeting's already started. So we're at
Okay.
the approval of previous meetings.
All right.
I move that the minutes be approved.
I second the motion.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All in section 4.
Okay.
I do note for the record that my name is spelled T-E-M, short for Templeton.
Okay, let me get that change. I had
There was a record that you made that comment, so
Yes.
we're okay.
I got it right on mute.
Update on committee organization. What would you like me to say for that one? We have a new member that's here,
Oh, yeah.
Jerry Edmonds. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank
There we
you.
go.
Thank you.
Angie, it's up to you now.
Okay, so I reached out to Matt Nowell at McGregor Hall via, left messages there, an email, and also went by there. And I have yet to hear back from him at all. So I'm not gonna give up, I'll keep on going. I did want to ask if it's okay, can I ask about it now or do I need to wait? About any affiliation we may have with the local library here. Has anybody contacted or spoke with anyone with that?
I'm chairman of the library
Okay.
trustees, but Patty McAnally, I think, is on this committee. But
Yes.
she had her knee replaced
Okay,
like 10 days ago.
okay,
And so she's hors de combat right now.
okay.
I actually had email conversations with her in February and March,
Mm-hmm.
and she was going away to a big school function that was gonna, but that was the end of the conversation. I haven't spoken to her since then.
Okay.
But if there are materials you want the library to acquire, or anybody on the committee wants the library to get that they don't already have available, our board meets Monday. And we also have a foundation that meets that day too. So if anybody can let me know before Monday afternoon,
Okay.
I'll bring it up.
Okay. Church outreach for photos, collection, and community engagement. Actually, it's up to you. Tim Blackburn, you're gonna speak now on
Oh,
progress
okay.
of your event.
Okay, so nothing further has happened. We're still waiting for confirmation of the grant to fund the project before we will get started with producing the banners. I brought a printout of the list with the information that we currently have. It also indicates whether or not we have a photo.
Mhm.
And I gave that to Barbara to work with.
Yep.
And Tim, I can't remember whether you wanted a copy of that.
I did.
Okay, so here's a copy for you.
Thank you.
And then Tim, I'm taking a copy, oh, not Tim. Yeah, Tim, Dr. Hall, I'm taking a copy as well.
Right,
So if we're both working on the same person, it defeats the purpose.
right.
So we should start eventually or do something so that we're not,
Well, I think
All
Tim
working on the
wanted
same-
it for curriculum purposes,
Mhm.
not for researching the photos.
oh, okay, I thought maybe you were gonna have the kids try to get involved with researching the photos.
I mean, that's something that we could look into doing. I could get some teachers interested in that. But, well, I was actually looking for the curriculum and instruction portion of it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to.
And our
present.
historical society meets next Monday week, each Monday week. And at that time, we will appoint a committee to work on photos too. But what I'll do is tell them not to worry with ones that have church,
Right,
that the church is mentioned.
right. And then if
concentrate on
there's
the
some
other
way
ones.
she could, or that person that you do the committee can,
Get in touch with you.
yeah, that we can go back and forth and say, I found one, I didn't find one, or whatever.
Good.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
okay, great. That's a great idea. Now, do you meet every Monday or is it once a month Monday?
The Historical Society
Yes,
meets infrequently
Thank you.
or irregularly, I should
That's
say.
fine. Okay, we are already over me. And then we just talked about, Tim Hall wanted it for the curriculum and he just got a copy. He has a copy, I have a copy.
Are there any materials, Tim, that the schools would want Perry Library to acquire? To support what you all do with the curriculum?
Possibly. Let me think about that, just because I like it for that, those type of decisions, I'd rather have teachers involved. And so it'd be teacher-centered, rather than me making that decision outright. So I do want to take a look at what you provide here and think about how we're going to integrate this into the curriculum. And then looking at the larger picture about America 250 and how we're going to integrate that into the curriculum as well. In fourth, eighth grade in particular, and then American history in high school.
Okay.
So we're gonna review the proposed Veterans Memorial Project
No,
timeline.
Ferdinand's supposed to report.
Oh,
to
I'm
us
sorry.
on that.
Okay, you were
Yes.
mumbling, but I didn't realize you were gonna speak.
No, I was just waiting to make sure it was my time. So yes, I checked on the status of the America 250. We spoke about that a little bit earlier.
Right.
We did receive $10,000. It's conveyed to me that there was no match requirement. So we do have that money available for these activities. Also, I believe all of you received the America 250 policy guide. And then that along with, I also included a link to the logos so everybody could see the logos. And that, I guess, as we move forward, as we partner with different groups, we'll have to put the logo on their promotional materials to show that they're part of America 250.
Yes, I went to that link, which was down today,
Okay.
so it's blank.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be up soon.
Yeah, they'll get it up. And I did also reach out to the America 250, the state body, to talk about their involvement. So, I talked about July 4th, they're already kind of swamped for July 4th for them.
Yes.
But if we want them at any of our other events preceding that or after, they'd be happy to come as well. And so we just need to, I guess, as we determine which events we're going to be partnering with or putting on individually for Vance County, we can let them know as soon as possible. They'll have somebody out here that'll be able to put at the table and kind of pass out, I guess, some of that information, and along with the bands and all the other things they've already created for America 250.
Right. Did you find out from the tourism, Vance County Tourism,
No.
when the actual scheduled fireworks is for next year?
So I did reach out to Pam to talk about that, and she's here in the audience, and they are, I guess, Pam, you are open to partnering with us, but of course we're going to have to coordinate with her and make sure that we provide all the information that they need as soon as they need it, so that we can make sure that goes off without a hitch.
Right. But you don't have a date yet, Pam?
Good job.
Oh, it is the 4th. Okay, I was just making sure that it was actually not the 5th or anything.
Yeah. Any other question for me?
Oh, that was the only outstanding one I had.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I have.
It's your turn.
Okay, the Veterans
Mr.
Memorial
Secretary.
Project. No,
Yeah,
Ferdinand's
I'm
the
the
secretary. I avoided that last time.
But they said on the radio you were the secretary.
They
Just in case you're
they missed
wondering.
that, okay.
All right.
Okay, so the Veterans Memorial, they're proceeding. And there was an article in the paper you may have seen about it that described what the memorial will look like. And they are trying to raise the funds, $150,000, and complete the memorial by July 4, which is very ambitious, but it all depends on how contributions come in. So,
Have they received money already?
yes,
Mhm. Do we know how much they're short?
they're substantially short.
Okay, thank you.
So I can also add a little bit of insight to that, because as president of the Rotary, we had Mr. Wright come in. The article that you saw was from our Rotary meeting.
Yeah.
So Mr. Wright came in and spoke with us last Tuesday about the Veterans Memorial Project, and what Tim just said is definitely spot on. I'll just add to it that he does, Mr. Wright did say that he realizes that it's ambitious for that project to come to fruition by July 4th.
Right.
But it would be his desire, and I promised that I would share this with this body, that it would be his desire to have that perhaps as one of the centerpieces of this project, of the 250 initiative within our city. So
I spoke with Hartwell last night myself,
Yeah.
so, and I can confirm every bit of what you said.
yeah. So if you speak with him again, let him know I did what I told him I
I
was going
did,
to do.
I will. You do the same. And he also said if we wanted him to come and speak or we had any questions directly, we all seem like we know who he is. So he's a very transparent person. His heart is definitely in this memorial. He's given it 100%. So I would like to hear, in the future, maybe what they are planning to do as that. I don't think we need to do anything around that time frame.
Okay.
Other than I know the 4th of July, the fireworks, but whatever the ceremonial wise that they may be planning would be an opportunity for us to join with them.
Yeah.
Okay, I think
Okay.
you're next, since you know about Granville counties.
Well, I was looking at coordination with the American Legion and other veteran organizations,
Oh, okay.
and then planning joint efforts with Granville Counties America 250 Committee. According to the online, they do not have a formed committee, so that appears to be a done deal. As of this morning, North Carolina said they did not have a legitimately official committee yet. Did you hear differently?
No, I didn't. It just surprises me though.
Yeah, I know.
I'm a candid guy. It surprises
I
me.
was surprised too, but there was nobody. I mean, we struggled to get people to come here too.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just Angie and I, or it was just from the library. It was me and her for months and months. I'm like, come on. So,
Well, I'll tell you just general information. So I worked in Halifax County prior to coming to Vance County. And it's my understanding, because of the Halifax resolve, that they've been working on this for a year now.
I went there this year to see the unveiling of the quill.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice day. It was a very nice event. Okay. So as of this moment, so as of this morning, this was, okay, it's gonna happen. This was the online North Carolina America 250 website as of this morning. Every county in blue has formed an America 250. The ones in gray have not. And that was this morning. And the ones on the bottom, colored wise, are the ones who received grant money. And you can see it coincides with Granville didn't form and didn't get any money.
Right.
Right. So they could just be out of money at this point. I have emails from the Granville County because I'm the regent there with the Daughters of the American Revolution. They included me in the mass emails for Granville County as if I could go on that committee, which you can't. I can, you know. But they did include me on all of that, begging Granville to form a committee. Yeah, but they said they'll actually, in my emails, they said they would actually make a Vance County America 250 seal for us at no expense.
Okay.
So if they're willing to do it for Granville, they gotta be willing to do it for us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But that was very nice that they actually said they would design and make one that's just designated for the county.
I wanted to introduce Jamie Walker today. She's in our audience, this councilwoman, Jamie Walker from the city. She coordinates the breakfast, not breakfast, but the coffees once a month here in Henderson, and she may be a go-to for veteran information as well. So, thank you for coming.
I wonder if we should reach out to someone in Granville County to join us.
I think the rules are you gotta be a resident, right?
Mhm.
Right. That's why I'm on this one and not Granville.
Okay.
I live in Vance County, but I'm the region in Granville County. Because there's no Daughters of the American Revolution chapter here, or in Warren County, they don't have one either. But we could reach out. I mean, I'm gonna have the Granville Daughters. There's 3 in Henderson in the Oxford chapter.
Oh.
But I'll have them start, figure out who wants to do what on this, because they're at the library all the time with complete access to all the electronics. You just start dabbling.
Good.
Right. And then Mark has the vertical files with many churches that include Vance County.
Now,
because-
in terms of the
Yeah.
research on them, apart from what you see noted here,
Mm,
Betty Wright, Betty King, whom you know,
yes,
is researching these.
okay,
So I don't have her additions to this. And it's really, but she is not working on locating family members or people who she's not working on acquiring photographs.
okay, she's just
So-
working on the data.
Yeah, she's just working on the historical data.
Okay, I got it.
The reason I was thinking about trying to bring Granville in with us in some respect is in the next item up is that planning guide. And in the planning guide, they specifically note on page 5, they talk about, for example, John Chavis, a free person of color, enlisted and fought as a Revolutionary War patriot soldier,
Mhm.
and later established a school in Raleigh. When the school was forced to be closed in 1831, he retired to Granville County
I know.
and spent his last years, 1831 to 1838, in Granville County, somewhere, I think, south of Oxford.
I've seen many of his deeds. He was a tavern owner also.
Was he?
He actually gave out mortgages to people, lent money.
And he was, there are Chavis family members still in Granville County that are related to him. But he was, he was reputedly the most educated African
Yes.
American in the whole country prior to the Civil War.
Have you read the book on him? There's a book that's.
No, I read an article in the North Carolina History.
There's a book. I'll try to get you the name.
Okay.
People were very fascinated with it. Somebody did a speech about it.
So since he spoke he preached before he established that school. He was a circuit preacher in the Presbyterian church and preached at Nutbush Presbyterian here in Vance County. So that would be our connection with him. And he educated the children of Leonard Henderson at his school while Henderson was Chief Justice of the state Supreme Court. So, there are links with Granville County that we have that would make it ideal for us to cooperate with them if we could form if we could get some kind of representation with them, participation.
I got your back on that. Yeah, it just,
But it's
I've
just,
already tried with my one
Yeah.
person and there's no time.
I'm trying to think of anybody over there that we could draft on this. But I'll talk to Mark too and see if he's got
Okay,
any ideas.
yeah, let me know how that goes.
See if he'll nominate somebody else. Okay.
Let me know if I can be of assistance.
Okay. Do you know anybody over? Do you all have anybody faculty that is in history that lives in Granville County?
We have faculty, I'm not sure where they live. But if we're thinking of partnering like at the county commission level or something like that, I think it was mentioned to perhaps invite someone to join this body.
But
Yes,
Barbara
but
said the
can they-
rules don't let you.
So
Yeah,
they can't,
so further that-
because unless they live in, they have to live in Vance County.
When I filled out my application in January, you had to be a Vance County resident.
Okay.
Maybe they can waive the rules or whatever, but
Well, they can have a dotted line to.
maybe we can make them an associate member. Associate member might work. I'm thinking you're gonna have to find out about that.
Well, yeah, I'm looking to.
Just a point of order, I do not live in Vance County.
What
I
kind of,
live in Wake County.
okay,
And so, but, I submitted my application and was put on this committee, so I assume that I put all my information on that
yeah,
application, so I assume that I'm okay.
I assume you're okay.
Okay?
Yeah, I'm looking to, I'll let them know.
Okay.
Probably.
You seem okay to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, you seem fine to us.
Until just now. Yeah, I'll look into it and see.
Okay.
Good.
What were you gonna say?
Affiliation with school means a lot. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, that could be,
Yeah.
I don't know the end all. I just know that was my response when they got back to me on it.
Now, but you work at Vance County
Yeah.
Schools.
Mhm.
You might be a
Right.
as a strategic partner and not,
Well, Mark Gates was born in, he went to school here in Vance County. Yeah, born in Vance County. Should qualify him, but I doubt it.
And the hot chair.
So what other discussion did we want to have about this planning guide? I noticed just for the record, on page 6, they have this list of themes: a gathering of voices, visions of freedom and common ground. Under a gathering of voices, they list regulators and westward expansion. I am not sure whether regulators is referring to
The regulars.
the regulators.
I
Is
would
that what you all
assume so.
take it to be?
That's what I take it.
Because the first mention of the term regulator or regulation took place here in Vance County, the Nutbush Address of Herman Husband. And so this is sometimes, we sometimes claim to be the birthplace of the War of Regulation. And Richard Henderson's house, which stood at the tip end of Satterwhite Point, was burned by the regulators, burned to the ground. And when the water is low, you can see the brick floor of his kitchen. And you can find wine seals, wine bottle seals, china, various things that, were destroyed in the fire. when they burned his house there. And on the westward expansion, I assume, or perhaps you know, that Richard Henderson, who grew up at Ashland, was the key figure in securing the purchase of Transylvania, which was 2/3 of Kentucky and about half of Tennessee from the Cherokees in 1775, the Treaty of Sycamore Shoals, and their company, Transylvania Company,
Mhm.
employed Daniel Boone.
I was just waiting for you to get to that
Yeah.
part, yeah.
Daniel Boone to create the Wilderness Road through the Cumberland Gap,
Mhm.
and they built Boonesboro and established. That was one of the key events in the opening of the American West. So, but I don't know exactly what are we looking to, understanding that these are things that they suggest to highlight. I'm not sure what exactly we have in mind to do that, whether we have programs presented, partner with the Museum of History to have some program, or
I will say that just because we're on this committee and registered with the North Carolina America 250, we will not get newsletters or updates on any events. You have to register separately for that.
oh, okay.
So we should all do that. Yeah. I just recently did that. I was like, well, you already know we're on the committee. You have all the information and everything. They're like, nope, you got to do it separately. So I was like, okay.
On the America 250
Yes.
website.
Yeah,
right?
there's a place you can register for them to give you email
Okay.
notifications. That's everything that they're doing at all times, all their updates and everything.
So kind of to Tim's question, are we, again, I apologize for missing the previous meeting. Are we thinking that this will be a series of events? Or was that discussed previously, like how?
Oh, you didn't watch the video?
No.
Okay, so we were looking to, he has his veterans
Okay.
that the Historical Society's been working on,
Okay,
and he's gonna let us jump on that
Okay.
to help facilitate the actual working of that, the stuff that they're missing right now, which is this book, is all the photos that they are missing for the Veterans Program.
okay,
And then Angie was talking about, working with the fireworks display on July 4th,
okay.
but American 250 is already booked on every July 4th. Yeah, they only have 5 or 7 tables, and they're in high demand, and definitely July 4th. That would have been booked probably a year ago, because this has been up and running for a year. We're all playing catch up because we formed the committee much later than the majority of the counties.
And we had talked about also months of 1776 or something similar to that.
Okay.
Those are the only events really that we've discussed at this point.
Okay.
So, that's the issue. Are we going to try to have additional events to highlight some of these themes that they recommend?
Right, and my event could take forever to actually transpire, because I have to work with the NCDOT and the Road Bridge and Ferry Naming Committee on signs for John Penn Highway, which is US 158, 13-mile stretch.
All right.
That could take
One thing we
a
did
long time.
briefly mention last time was some kind of concert of patriotic music by the Vance Granville Community
The school.
Band.
Okay.
And you would be ideal to check on that, see if they might have a concert, and schedule it either out there or at McGregor Hall.
Okay.
And one thing they might feature, Jerry, John Philip Sousa the March King, who wrote Stars and Stripes Forever and all that.
Mm-hmm.
He came here every year from at least 1898 to 1908 and stayed at the Massenburg Hotel and hunted in this area.
Oh, wow.
And so it would be ideal to include some of his marches in the program if the community band, or at least one of his marches.
All right. So look, how far, in terms of a timeline, how far out do we want to start? We're talking about a lot, and
I know, which is why we're
Yeah.
meeting often right now, but
we don't know.
we're in our infancy.
Okay.
And we've only had one meeting.
Okay, so I'll just share that one of my initial thoughts is that what you just went over, Tim, a gathering of voices. I believe all of these entities should be highlighted at some point in time. And I think the question would be, to what degree? Does it take a week, for example, the first one, immigration, does it take a week to highlight that? Is there a focus that we can make on a weekly basis? If we were to do a particular topic a week and spend a week on it, and I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe that's impractical. Maybe we start 2 weeks out. Maybe that's impractical. Maybe we start 2 weeks out and spend a day on each topic. But I do think that there should be intentional focus on what makes up our community as well. There's the historical portion of it, and history, to your point, Tim, about Mr. Chavez and things of that nature. We can never learn enough about history. If we did the week, then it would require us starting in May, in all likelihood, and going May, June, and then leading up to 4th of July. So there's just one idea.
What do you mean a week?
Yeah, I don't understand
Yeah.
either.
What's your concept?
So if we're going to place focus on any of these 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 areas, my question is, how much of a focus do we focus on? We could do it all in a day. We could have a display. That's what I'm trying to get my head around, is like, how do we celebrate?
Those are the options, right?
Yeah. How do we celebrate these different groups? Is just a general question. I mean, we could just put more thought to it. For example, at Vance Community College for Black History Month, we've had walkthroughs where we've had posters, and you do a literal walk through these posters that have different timelines and events. Maybe that's one way to do it in McGregor Hall, and just have a walkthrough of those. And I don't want it to be too laborious on, if we're going to really build, we could build each of these out to.
But we don't have to do every single one that's
Yeah.
on there. We just need to pick some of them.
I think we get into issues if we pick and choose. I think we should do
So
them
you're saying
all.
we have to do every single thing?
I'm not
that's on
saying we have to. That would just be my recommendation, is that, because if you're not chosen, then, and how do we pick and choose?
Well, what are you're choosing them, and then you're going to schedule a special event? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying we need to do something, in my opinion, to celebrate these groups that make up our community, our Vance County community.
Okay.
Now, how we do that, I'm not married. I'm just throwing ideas out there, okay?
Well, the idea that you just brought up is Vance Granville has done this in the past.
Yes.
So we have logos that we would be able to get through the America 250 that would add to that. That would bring it together to showcase America 250, and also with the Black History Month. That's a whole month of focus on that. So, I mean, I like that as well. I see where you're going to pick things and have a timeline of
Exactly.
events. We definitely need to do that, I think.
And maybe we celebrate them all just in one gathering. Like I said,
Right.
that we have a poster that talks about what you just talked about with with the regulators, which
Mhm.
that's new. That's all new to me. I'd be fascinated to know more about, to have a poster that educates on, what that was all about.
Just if I could mention one thing about Black History Month. So for us in Vance County Schools, of course, in the past 3 years, we've been able to bring in traveling exhibits from the Gilder Lehrman Institute of American History for Black American History. But this year we were able to, because I was able to get on it early enough. Of course, North Carolina has a new special traveling exhibit for America 250 for Black American history. And so it's focused on the civil rights movement, North Carolina civil rights movement. And we're getting that coming in February. So, and that will be going to the schools, and maybe we could think of some way to integrate that in,
Right.
as addressing one of those themes.
That's a great idea, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
You said in February?
Yeah.
What would be really good, if you got, can they send you video or photos or whatever of what the exhibit looks like? I assume it's already been fabricated.
Yeah, and it's those banners, those 6-foot banners that they have.
Yeah.
I think that one has, I want to say 6 panels. If I might be mistaken on that. So it's been a while since I filled out the form and got set up. So yeah, we could definitely use that. We can incorporate that into the process. And so that traveling exhibit, the first year we put it at the Center for Innovation, and it didn't work out as well because teachers were hesitant to travel to the Center for Innovation. So what I started doing was just bringing it to them. It's like, so they had certain days that we checked it out to each school. So we moved the traveling exhibit to every school. So
And when are you going to have it?
all February.
All of February.
All of February.
Because what would be great, and I don't know, how do we spend the $10,000? How do we access that?
Well, I guess as you all decide on things you want to do, and you're actually going through the process of, buying something or doing that, letting us know. And then we can maybe acquire those items for you using those funds.
Well, what I'm thinking about is, and I don't know whether people at the Center for Innovation can develop this, do a banner that matches the format of the other banners and focus on Floyd McKissick. Because Floyd, do you know who that is and his connection here? Okay. Floyd McKissick was head of the Congress of Racial Equality.
Okay.
There are many photographs of him standing right beside Martin Luther King. They were jointly involved in the civil rights effort, and he was a major civil rights figure. He was from Asheville originally, and he formed the idea to create Soul City. Do you know what that is? Okay. So to create Soul City and receive some funding from the federal government under the Nixon administration. And so he relocated here and lived over in Warren County. And his latter part of his career was as a judge in this courthouse, and in this area. He practiced law and was, I think he was a judge. I know he practiced law here. So he became a local figure here, but he was on the national civil rights scene. And he would be a great figure to highlight, to do a banner about, and there are plenty of photographs of him that would be right on point.
Would also suggest the Henderson Institute then. So the Henderson Institute has a great museum. We have a great partnership with them. They help us. We're going to the HBCU festival on November 15th as part of Henderson Institute's partnership with us. So we're excited about that. But I want to highlight them and spotlight them if we possibly can. I think that's important.
But I'm asking, do you want to have a banner made like that to match with the other? And do you have people who can do that?
I mean, I definitely feel like I have people who can do that. That again, those decisions, I prefer to have a teacher-centered approach to that. So I would get other people involved in that process. It sounds very good,
Okay,
but I want other people involved before
let
I
me tell you
say.
something about the time involved.
Yeah,
So when we do these things, we have them printed at either here at Quick Print or at the print shop at the Masonic Home for Children.
Mhm.
Lead time to get that done, design, printing, all that stuff is over a month.
Right.
So if we're talking about February, you would need to, someone's going to have to do the research, so that's going to take some time.
Mhm.
And then someone's going to have to design the thing, plan it, acquire the photographs and all that. If you're going to do this, someone has to get started almost immediately to do that.
Definitely would like to get started on
Okay.
something like that, but we also would like to have a variety of options to be able to put in front of teachers to tell me and instruct me and better ways to incorporate that in the classroom. So I don't want to develop something in a vacuum,
Mhm.
because then it won't be teacher-centered. That's all I'm saying.
And I may be able to assist with that, Tim.
Thank you.
For the Henderson Institute.
Yeah.
Because that was one, when I was sharing with you the walk around that we did, that was one of the institutions
Excellent.
that we as a college, so we may even still have the poster, I don't know, but we may still have some of that information at the college. And if we do, I'm happy to try and get my hands on it. Because I thought it was very well done.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, and we even had a couple of the Henderson Institute came in and spoke, and it was really nice.
They have a strong alumni association,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
very, very appreciative of our partnership with them over the years.
I'd love to see that poster.
Yes, sir. I'll get my hands on
Okay.
it. Yeah. If it still exists, I'm hoping hopefully it
What
wasn't
does it look
destroyed.
like on the level with the schools for, incorporating in the curriculum where children are presenting essays of some sort, and there's a winner of an essay that could be read, the winner, comes to one of these events or something like that and reads it. I
I
mean,
mean, that's very doable. Definitely is what we have to do is take a look at the themes
mhm,
and where the themes connect to the curriculum, and then start developing out those curricular options for teachers to look at and to bring in. So we could do something like, like a National History Day, but focused on, Vance County,
right.
America 250. And we talked about that the last time around.
I would just like to see some of our upcoming young adults to be able to participate in something like this. I mean, this is a phenomenal, these children that are in, high school even are gonna remember this, America 250. And I think we need to make it special in a way for them.
And I think we could broaden that beyond the essay and take a look at, kind of spoken word essays, different type of, maybe exhibits or something like that.
Absolutely.
The variety of things
Yes.
that we can incorporate into that. So students have voice and choice when they are producing something
Yes.
for this event.
Yes, absolutely. Mhm.
So back to your idea.
Which one?
Which, as I understand it, we were more or less settling on an event that would include banners covering all of these things. Now, some of them, to speak to Barbara's point, I don't know local, nothing occurs to me about local history connections to some of these. So I don't know exactly what you would do on that. And are we then talking about instead, just for instance, on protest, counter protest, do we have some banner about protests somewhere else? Or exactly what's the idea?
We might be able to look on other states have done stuff ahead of us because we're so far behind that we might be able to see what they've done and try to capitalize on that, because we're coming in late
Yeah.
and we got to get it done quick. And it's
Yeah.
like, well, we're a little behind. But they've done, a lot of them have done, like if you know, go to Connecticut. Massachusetts was very big in trying to touch most of that stuff. And then just see what the projects they did.
So we would do a banner display, have it out at the community college at one point, have it at McGregor Hall at one point, give it to the schools at one point. Is that really
We
the
could do
idea?
that, or I think I'm settling on what you just said a few moments, like an event that kind of highlights all of those to some degree would probably be
But you would have
easier.
to figure out how they're benefiting from the America 250, right?
Say that one more time, how?
You would have to figure out how the groups of people have benefited from our independence without being political. I mean, that's what it's, when you actually read the fine print of that, which I read in January, you have to figure out how to include them. How did
I
America's
personally don't-
independence actually help them?
Yeah, I don't think that's hard to prove. It's,
Okay.
it's a part of the American
I
experience.
just,
All of this is
I
a
know it's
part
the
of
American experience. I just, you know, I just wanted to
The
make
proof
sure that we're
is-
not gonna get political in any way.
Well,
Right.
This is all political. Everything is political.
Yeah, I try as best I can to stay away from that.
I understand. I understand.
I said, oh, boy.
And well, it should be a history lesson is what it should be.
Okay,
Is this
Yeah.
is not, we're trying to, I don't think we should make any political statements.
absolutely. I'm just
But it
throwing
should
that out
be
there.
a
You weren't here
history.
last week when I made the
Yeah,
comments.
it
so-
should be a
It's a
history
celebration.
lesson,
Right.
because what
Definitely
you just brought up, Tim, just made me think, okay, protests, counter protests. Right here in our own backyard was where the environmental justice movement started from across the country, right, in Warren County. I would think, I don't know, but I would think Vance County was probably a part of that, of the protest and that movement in some form or fashion. So that may be homework for us to see, because we did a program, Vance Granville did a program on that within the past year, and we had some of those central figures. Actually, it was in conjunction with Black History Month last year. That's what we focused on, was the environmental movement, and some of the folks that were pictured there were in the room at Vance Granville. It was pretty powerful, but I don't recall, I'm sure Vance County was likely involved in that some way, but
If it was, it escaped my notice.
yeah.
I'm not sure. And that's what I'm asking in terms of, who's going to create these banners, for instance? Do you have people who will create them, or?
I think what you're thinking about is like maybe is a little bit different, but I'm not sure.
Describe for us what you mean by banner.
So it's about 6 foot tall. You pull it up, and there's a stick that goes.
It's like the flag.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
okay.
like when you go to a job fair or a college fair, and they have up their banners,
Okay,
Yeah.
I
And
know
that's,
exactly what you,
that's one way to do it.
and they can make those here in town in quick print, because we had one made for the Historical Society just recently.
At the Vance Granville Community College this weekend, Saturday was the Veterans Wellness Day.
Right.
Those banners were everywhere.
Okay.
Because I was
Okay.
admiring like their different sticks that they have, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting, because they all have different types of sticks that hold
That
up the
hold them up.
banners.
Yeah.
And I'm
yeah.
like, oh, that's a great
Yeah.
design,
But who's going to, okay, you have to get photographs to put on them. You have to have the thing designed, and you have to have text. Where are we going to get that?
The Historical Society should have.
They're already doing quite a bit on this.
Should have a lot. And what I was thinking more of what we did in the Civic Center was more the cardboard type banner that has the photo, and it's on a trifold, a 3-leg trifold. Foam core.
Yeah.
Which is more like your traveling
Yeah.
exhibit that's coming, which is
Yeah.
a 6-panel
No,
unit.
it's 6 banners. It's
It's
six
six,
banners.
oh, it's 6 banners.
Yeah,
I didn't know if
6
it was
banners,
a,
yeah.
like the
So,
Vietnam traveling one last year was, I think, on foam board.
Yeah, no, they're banners, yeah.
Because that was up in Roxborough.
The benefit of that is they're really easy to move around, because I've moved those around like 10 times. I mean.
And they have their own setup.
Yeah,
That's
you set
the
them up.
real thing.
Yeah, you gotta set them up
And
quick.
they're not that expensive.
But if you think about it, I mean.
But we'll
you-
blow through that $10,000.
That's what I'm saying, is we only have $10,000. So we can only support a variety of
That's a good
things.
point.
I don't know if we can afford to do an event. We can only support, just be in a supporting role of a whole bunch of, he's already got a grant coming for this. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Right,
We hope.
so he already has and then we can contribute to that, because he's already got a separate grant application.
This is what the banners are gonna look like. They'll go up and down Garnet Street
Nice.
and Chestnut Street.
Yeah.
And they're, the size of banners that you see on the
Yeah,
street,
Those are gonna be nice.
on the
Yeah,
street.
Those are gonna be nice.
Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, you missed last week, you had the full-size banner
Yeah,
here.
they're nice,
Yeah, those are
very
nice.
nice,
Those are nice.
very nicely done.
Yeah, very nicely done.
So I can easily see, I know exactly the images and text that would go for the regulators, the westward expansion, Black experience, that's easy to cover.
Okay.
I can think of local things about all those. I would struggle with any of the others. The American Indian experience, I can see doing that because you can just use the John White watercolors.
Mhm.
And we have a myriad of artifacts going of all different types, not just points, but corn grinding implements, all kinds of
Oh,
things.
nice.
We have plenty of artifacts that could be photographed to put in that, so we can cover those, and all of that can be written up and put together fairly quickly on those four. But
He doesn't know how to tackle the rest of
I
it.
don't know how to tackle the other ones.
Excuse me. When you were talking about, I'm sorry, I just want to ask a question about the banners because I work with the city of Henderson. I want to make sure that we are communicating with Public Works. We got your permission to put banners up on light poles and things like that. Are you talking about those type of banners?
Yes,
So have we spoken to anybody in Public Works or the city about their participation in it?
yes. Well, I first brought this up several months ago, and at that time contacted the Chamber of Commerce, and they contacted someone at the city who sent us two things. They sent us the measurements that the banners would have to be to fit on the existing equipment. But I'm glad, are you with that department?
Yes and no, but I can make sure.
Okay. So there is a big issue about that I wanted to address with somebody, because there are many more banners. This is 125 banners, and there are not that many attachments. Don't exist right now.
We have a map of exactly what poles have banner stuff on it. And you've got 11 on Breckenridge Street, and you've got 26 on one side of Garnet Street and 27 on the other Garnet Street. So you've got 64 poles that have stick brackets, whatever you call those stick things,
Yeah.
already in place.
That's great, because that's half the number we need.
And I can leave this for
Okay.
you.
Oh, that'd be great.
And we would need to have arrangements with the city, of course, to put them up. And be sure that we've got the correct measurements so that the banners that are produced match to that. I'll look back and see who we
This is one of the
communicated
banners.
with.
Well, now it's on
Here's
YouTube.
another thing.
It wasn't the last week, so nobody could actually see what it was.
Here's another thing with the banners you have to be careful of, because we learned that the hard way. Different companies make banners different. So you say 60 inches. Some of the companies make it 60 inches and flip it up to run the rod through. Some of the companies make it 60 inches and you have a slit at the top and a slit at the bottom. So you have to make sure that the company, when you're ordering these banners, understands how they need to
Exactly.
be
how
seen
it needs to
together.
be. Okay, that's a
Because
good
we have a
point.
bunch of them, and Kendrick, you can probably say, but I know going on and getting the car show banners, we've had lots of conversations that because of taking those poles up and down on Main Street and the damage that it does, that they want all banners to be they don't want our public works to have to move those banners an inch just to accommodate. Just a heads up that it runs into an issue too.
He's made one, a demo, that's already been printed, so we could see if that was in any way not gonna work.
Yeah.
So at least we have one, which you brought in last week, sorry.
There is a set of bracket poles, whatever you call them, right beside, Southern Elephant's Charm, on the side that are empty because there's no banner been put up there, so that would be a place that you could test to see.
Yeah, my father would tell you, to get with Public Works, who's gonna handle that. Again, I have your information, we'll make sure we get everybody in contact. I'm pretty sure, Ms. Sargent did contact Liam. We'll probably need to do that early, to make sure you got the setup, the proper setup, because you gotta, like you said, we're only dealing with a year.
Right.
So we gotta get the stuff in and training, so I'll put that on the radar first day.
Great,
Yeah, that's
good, thank you. So,
I was about
back to that.
Yeah.
Back, other than those four, I don't know how to acquire the information, images, et cetera.
Right. So I will commit to looking into the VGCC Community Concert Band and having them present a concert. I'll look into the Henderson Institute, see if we still have, and that'll kind of be in concert with your work, Tim, but I'll see if I can take some of the load off of you if we already have some of that. And then I'll commit to looking further into the protest / counter protests of Vance County if we were the historical perspective of that.
That's a lot.
Is that enough?
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
That means we're covering more than half of what they've got
Okay.
on there. So.
So we don't actually have any deadlines.
No, we haven't established any.
Right.
I think the closest we got to a deadline was talking about how we were going to, I guess, deploy the banners and deploying those banners by, I guess, I think it was World War I, World War II, and doing it by grouping them by when the wars occurred. But I don't think about timeline. We haven't
There's no
discussed that
timeline. There's still a great deal of research to come up with the rest of the photos, but that was the nice thing about the radio program is that he put a call out for people in Vance County to try to see if you've got photos in any way, shape, or form, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
I hadn't thought going back to this same page, you know, then you've got visions of freedom and common ground,
Right.
like, that they focus on some additional things like labor and labor movements. Of course, we had the big strike here in Vance County. And development of state parks. We have one of, you know, obviously the development of Carr Lake is a huge thing here. Should we do banners on them too? I'm not clear
Like, where are
exactly
the banners gonna
what's the
go?
difference between these things.
Yeah, you know,
and
that's the
what's-
agenda they actually had with these groupings in which they would like you in some way to try to include all of that, but we're not miracle workers. And they want us to do all of that, cover all of that.
Is it possible that banners such as that can be showcased somewhere like at McGregor Hall or within our library?
That's a great idea. It's kind of a,
It's a central location that people will go to and see, and it's already available. You don't have to rent the space.
That's right.
I will start looking at the other states
Seeing
and the
what they're
county
doing.
and seeing what they've done.
Okay.
Like I said, we're
Or
so far
even in our
behind.
courthouse, even in the courthouse.
Right.
We visited, out in,
out of town not too long ago. We went to a courthouse just because we heard of the history that was in there. And it was unbelievable. So it would be a great place to showcase things, I think. We take pride in what we have.
Yeah, I mean, and we could offer them around so that they
Mhm.
travel.
Absolutely. That's
Because,
a
you know,
great
that
idea.
it's a banner, it's not gonna, like these, I mean, the material that you came up with, you're gonna put them up more than once. Not the 125 is gonna be a one-shot deal, I don't think.
No.
No, he's designed it so it's double-sided and it's almost like a leather material.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe we add those other two. And I'll see about, this is a lot of work, but
yeah.
I'll see about pulling stuff together for the labor and labor movements and the development of state parks.
I'm gonna look at all of them.
What I would hope when we're looking at those themes and thinking about what themes we possibly can include, is to make sure that we're representative of the community that we're a part of.
Right.
That's right.
So
Show
That's
him the
just-
sheet. You don't have the
that's
sheet,
what I want to be
right?
sure of. I don't have it printed out.
Yeah, we don't all have it printed out either. That's what they're talking
Yeah.
about. Those are the three that the state would like you to somehow incorporate.
Well,
And it's a very
explain what you mean by
large
be
task.
sure they're representative of the community.
I just want to make sure everybody in the community is represented in the displays. So then when I develop out the curricular resources, that I can be culturally responsive and develop out the curricular materials that connect with all the students in the classroom. Does
Then
that
maybe,
make?
then you should be telling us what we need to include,
The-
not us telling you.
No, so, but I am not a person of Vance County, so I don't have that local knowledge. So I have to depend on you all to help with the representation.
And that's why it's,
Uh,
well, everything that's on here, the gathering of voices, is our community.
mhm.
So we
have-
need just
yeah,
to
so-
make sure.
Yeah, that we represent it. That's what I was stating at first, rather than choosing
Yeah.
and picking.
Right, I just
They
thought it
should-
was
Yeah, they should
a
all be
large
there.
task.
They should all
It
be.
is a large task for
Yes.
sure, but it is an important task to represent the whole community. Again, for me, in the classroom,
Mhm,
making sure that all of our students see themselves in the curriculum.
mhm. So, right,
I don't have the resources
I don't have
to
the
do that.
resources to do what you're asking.
And I'm not undertaking to do that.
Let me see the.
Yeah.
Well, we're halfway there, though. I think with
I've committed to
Yeah,
do the
yeah,
ones that
yeah,
I
yeah,
have
yeah.
images and can produce the text.
But I think
for.
I think you're almost there. That's all I'm saying is I just want to make sure of that. That's that's my
I think I
focus.
pictured that too, but I did see this back in January.
Well, I am undertaking to do the ones I'm undertaking to
Yeah.
do, and that's all I can do. I don't know how, in terms of
I have to print it out.
state
Forgot.
parks, for instance, developing a banner about state parks, how am I? being
No,
representative of
I'm
the
not talking
community.
I'm not talking about topics. No, I'm talking about communities within your community. Making sure all of our communities are represented, whether it's Latinx, Black community, making sure all of our communities are represented well. That's all. And I think you're doing it, I think you have it, quite a bit of it already.
But we are going to do, for instance, the Black experience and, well, we're doing that. I don't know how to do one on the Latin experience.
So we should find.
But we
need to
that's
include
what-
this. He's not saying that you or me.
We need to find an angle and find
Others on the
that
committee,
perspective.
someone, we have immigration, women, families, children, Latinx, LGBTQ plus experience, disability experience. We just need folks to take on.
This is the board.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, like when you say
I mean,
other people on the
Who
board,
are
like
you?
this
Who
is
is
it.
this? that's
Well,
going to
this
do
is the
that?
board.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
is the board.
But that doesn't mean we can't enlist
Mm.
expertise from others.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right, I just wouldn't know who to reach out to.
Me either.
That's the problem. I have no
See, I
idea.
know who comes to the Historical Society
Which
meetings
is,
Right,
and
So,
what they will follow through on or not follow through on. I know what I can do, what I can deliver, and I have no resource to
Yeah, that's
respond to
fine.
what you
And
do.
you have.
I
taken on.
understand that,
Yeah,
yeah,
taken
totally
on.
understand it, and I don't have as many resources to respond to it. Again, I'm not from Vance County, so I have limited, knowledge.
I still have you trumped because I'm from New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
So, but I do have some contacts in many different communities and would be willing to speak to them and see if we can at least make a good faith effort at trying, because it's
Okay.
definitely a good thing to bring into it.
So that ball's now in your court.
It is. I'll take
Thank
it.
you.
I will take it
So
gladly.
we'll give you a list of the ones that we're going to try to develop, and then you can look at the rest of the list and see
Yeah.
if you've got other people who can take on other ones.
Indigenous population,
Yeah.
Latinx, let's see representation that we can get. And there might be some representation in here that we're not aware of.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, so
Because the
we just
data
don't
was
know.
in here,
I haven't
published
dug
somewhere.
into this document, so.
Right.
So there might be stuff in there I don't know about. So again, I have limited knowledge. I'm not local to this region. I'm from Eastern North Carolina, so, yeah.
Maybe I'll come up with something this week that I found
Okay.
that will assist us, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think we're making it harder than it's going to be.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of people.
We just had a young lady that was just voted in for our city council. She's under 30 years old, Latino.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so she's Vance County, born and raised in Vance County. So there's people that we can reach out to that will,
Yeah.
you
And again, I think with this amazing work here, I think there's a lot to pull from here as well.
absolutely.
So I think there's an opportunity for that. Just want to put that out there.
Okay.
I can't, the Latinx experience, I think we can work, I have colleagues that we can.
Okay. So you already have a small list that we've mentioned here and there?
I do.
What is that small list?
So the list now is that we're going to, I guess, between Mr. Edmonds, Mr. Hall here, that they're going to work with bringing in the, I guess, Latino community and partners. Also, we still have to develop a timeline when we're going to have some deadlines for when we're going to be hitting these events. We're going to be developing banners that we're going to use to help kind of speak to the themes illustrated in the America 250.
Mhm.
And then along with that, we're going to continue to develop the banners and coordinate with the city on the specific specifications for those banners. So we make sure that when they're installed properly and they can be installed. And then we're partnering with the tourism to make sure that the America 250 logos are placed on the, I guess, fireworks promotions as we get closer to that. And that's what I wanted to make sure everybody's aware of that. As these events are happening naturally, like what you're saying, is already going to be doing, you all going to be doing February, Black History Month. And that's already got America 250 involved in it.
Yeah.
Us, if we can just kind of take a look at the list of events that we already have that we know are happening in Vance County, and if we can link them to these things, we may not have to create brand new events. We can just partner with them, give them
Right.
information for the logos, put the logos up there, and that might in itself help us create a sort of a timeline as these events that already been planned are coming forward. Maybe we can insert one or two things in between them to help kind of tackle all these objectives.
Who is it that is organizing like this Friday event downtown?
Tracy Nelson.
So is that someone that we can talk to about showcasing something for America 250 and her involvement, how that looks? I mean, they put these things on, a couple of times now, right? I mean, so.
Yeah, so Tracy is somebody that is eager to put on events downtown.
Mhm.
And then there's Tracy and there's Gateway, CDC as well. So there's a few organizations that already exist, of course, the chamber. So there's a few event organizations. I guess we're to deciding now. If we want to reach out to those groups to see if they want to support America 250 and what that support would look like as
I
opposed
think
to
for
events?
something like for tomorrow, like tomorrow night, Friday night, I think that's gonna be a great event for the citizens to come to. And I even have people that are coming, from other counties, to it. So it's an exciting event and, I want to be able to partner with people that are already in the know. We're not reinventing wheels here. We're just getting on the wagon with them
That's exactly it.
and promoting it. You know what I mean? Because we're have $10,000.
Not that we have the time
That's
to
it.
plan a bunch of events either.
So, I mean, but if they have this idea to run with, I feel like it'll be very successful. Especially if we are, behind them and supporting it and getting the word out there that, hey, this event is going on downtown Henderson. Right here where our banners are gonna be already displayed. So, I'm a big picture kind of person, so I've already got the banners hung up and I'm ready to have a parade or something, a party to showcase
Have a
all
car
the
show.
work.
We gotta
So,
go to the car show.
And I guess that's,
and a car show,
Okay.
car show,
Okay.
and a
I
car
should have
show.
thrown that out.
Well, we'll talk later. You're gonna be very surprised.
but like you're saying, we did speak last time about the Christmas parade is coming. Is
Mhm.
there an opportunity for us to put a booth at a Christmas parade or to have some people say something?
Do we have the date of the Christmas parade?
Ooh, I can get it.
There you go. See,
Wait a
that's
minute. You know off the top of your head the date for the Christmas parade?
December 6th. Yeah, the 6th.
December 6th.
So I think, just a suggestion, I think if you was to get out the themes, like me and Pam was just talking, like, you already attached it to events. I'm gonna go ahead and give Ferdinand my information for our Juneteenth event. That you can attach to. We have a quiz bowl that we do in February with recreation and parks. So it's a couple of events that, like, if we can see your themes,
right.
we can attach to where it won't be a cost to burn that $10,000. I got a plan.
Yeah, we have to stretch 10 for it and cover a whole bunch of stuff.
So I guess what we're talking about, we know your themes, we can build programs around being able to partner and get that logo out there.
Mhm.
Where we have events, we can probably inspire Tracy Mosley because of it.
Yes.
My coworker, Tracy Madigan, to have it. Just getting those to clean up a couple spots downtown where we have events that we can lead. So I just need to know, are we starting this in February?
Where's,
I'm just what I'm saying, like we talking about, Black History Month and things of that nature. Are we gonna start this kickoff in February? Or are we starting in May, June, July?
Well, I mean, that's the first one.
I think we'd definitely be going on by February with what we've already discussed tonight.
That's right.
Right? I mean, that's my assumption. I'm sure we'll need to vote or whatever, but we can't let that opportunity pass. It's already there.
Yeah.
So, yes, I would say definitely February.
See this underline? That is from America 250, in which they said they'll make up the logo at their expense. So I imagine that takes time to make up. So if you wanted a Vance County America 250, you might want to hop on that.
Yeah, I can email them. I've already been in contact with them, so I'll just follow up and see about us getting.
Right, I mean, that's their
specialized
offer
logo.
when they were trying to push for the Granville one.
But I like
But I think we
Thank you so much. Absolutely.
Yeah, what I'll do is, yes, I'll forward you that information. This is all on the website, America 250. It's a planning guide, so I've already got it downloaded. I'll forward it to you and Pam, I'll forward it to you as well. So y'all can see these things and read it. And also, I guess what we can do is get a list of the events that you're planning for the rest of this year and next year. And then we'll see what we can plug in.
Yeah.
And at our next meeting, I can bring that at our next meeting.
We're
And
gonna
then we can
start
look
planning
at it.
January to March.
Okay.
We always do like 6 days ahead of time with my group. So we can plan some stuff out this time and get in the front end. I'm gonna be at the next couple of meetings, but I definitely
Okay.
enjoyed all the meetings and I've been tasked with that, but we should have the city to support y'all with.
Okay.
I do want to say though, I mean, we're glad to have you and glad to expand this, the fireworks celebration. But when you're dealing with the Corps of Engineers and the state parks, y'all need to decide what you foresee going on there, because everything has to be permitted.
Right.
We can't just bring a band out there. You have to have everything permitted.
Right.
He starts January 2nd, filling out permits for July, and when we turn these permits in, they approve, the Corps of Engineers will approve what we present to them at the time, if that makes sense. Not saying we'll do anything y'all want to do, but.
So then we would need to
know.
approach the band rather quickly if they would be even interested in doing
And
for the event.
so for the event is what you envision.
Is that what
July
you're,
4th.
that's what you're envisioning?
No, I was envisioning doing it at either McGregor Hall
Yeah,
or at
that's all, yeah.
community
Oh, yeah.
college,
Yeah,
so that school children could go to it.
right.
So it's separate.
So I think it would be
Separate.
completely
Band
lost
Yeah.
in the fireworks.
Separate band time from the July 4th. That's two
Yeah.
separate events.
During the school year, like
Mhm.
May's not actually a good month at all for schools. So, but April.
Mhm.
Okay. And, yeah, Pam, I'll email you that information and then you can, send me the events that you've got already planned and we'll see. Right now, my initial thought was that we would just for the fireworks,
Okay.
maybe just put the emblem on your existing marketing material
Well, we have a DJ and we
and do
have,
all that.
who comes at the ball drop.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have a bunch of stuff going on and families there. There's tons of people there, so that would be a good time.
Do y'all put in the budget in for giveaways?
Just for the public.
So she just brought these in, she just brought the sample in, like this bracelet. Is there any way, so I'm sure we would have to have a permit to set up a type of tent or something like that out there to promote the America 250? Well, not promote it, but to
That's
just,
the question.
kinda
Are you thinking of selling it?
No, we
Or are
sell
you
it.
thinking
no,
of-
give it. like,
No, everything's a
giving it away.
giveaway.
That's not a problem.
Yeah, everything's a giveaway.
That's not a problem, but if you're thinking of selling something,
No,
that creates another
no,
issue.
not selling it. Well, I don't want to sell anything.
Statistics though, we
I
would
want
need to know
to-
like how many people actually attend.
Probably 3,000 to 5,000.
Thank you.
Wow.
I never knew,
They
I,
had to turn people away this year. People were just
Which
ready
one
to
was
get out and do
Which
stuff.
one?
that's fun,
Which one?
family
Fireworks.
oriented. And it is very diversified, much like Kendrick's events. To children.
The water draws them.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I live on the water there, yeah. I'm a little remote.
but we also like throw out T-shirts and water guns for the kids. You know, we do like something with the DJ, so that would be something, you know, I don't see handing that would be.
So you do like booby prizes in which you give stuff out? You just announce like the prizes are coming up or do they pull out a ticket or something? I
No,
mean,
we just throw.
you just throw them at them?
Yeah.
You have t-shirt cannons? T-shirt cannons, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so, yeah, I think, I guess we're, in the public comment portion. So-
Right.
Yeah, well, what do they think that people would
Again, I
like?
mean, she just gave a plethora of information for us. I mean, this event is already
Sorry.
going on.
Mhm.
We want to piggyback off of that and celebrate 250 years of America. So,
But you also have the December 6th date now for the parade.
That's
You
correct.
can request from the America 250, are they booked that day?
Mhm.
Because it's an off day.
Yeah,
Right, and like I said, they only have like 5 to 7 tables and they put them all over North Carolina, first come, first serve.
Yeah.
So it's possible they may not be booked on that day and you can reserve an America 250 tent table and employees.
yeah, reach out to them and maybe they can give some materials and we can just pass out some.
Well, they actually come
Or
set
they
up
come.
with the America 250 North Carolina employees with the tent table, the whole thing. They come with some of their supplies that they give out for free, which is how I got this stuff. That's how I get that.
You might attach to some of that, you might have some giveaways for that, but we don't allow any tents
No vendors.
downtown.
So you don't have any vendors at the parade at all?
No, not as parade, no.
Okay. All right, well, scratch that.
We could have a, float in the parade. Float in the parade. I think that would be really cool.
Car,
Why not?
car in the parade.
Yes.
That would be easier than floating, sure.
What, would you decorate the car? Is that what you would do?
That's what I was thinking.
I have
Okay,
a-
you got the car.
I don't have the car,
What
but
kind
we
of
just had the car, we just had the car show.
Right, yes.
I have a
I
car.
think that's a great idea.
I have a convertible. That would
I
work.
think it's a great idea.
What color?
But you gotta have.
It's
your-
blue, it's a
yeah,
70
we got-
Chevelle
In my
convertible.
opinion, you gotta have your message ready to promote if you're gonna put something in the parade.
Yep,
Because if you just put it in there with the logo on it, nobody's gonna understand
America 250.
what this whole thing is leading into.
That's a very good point.
So somebody's gotta kick it off before.
Yeah, once you get that logo, you're gonna have to sit there and get, randomly go ahead and post it on the website, what we're doing, your committee, what's the purpose, what's the themes.
So there you go. That's really our next, we need to decide on that real soon on what our
Yeah, because once
purpose
you
and
get that
our
out there,
theme
like,
is.
we will be able to promote with you, you know what I'm saying? And we will be, school system will post a lot of our stuff as well. We'll be able to get it out there, and then once we attach events to it, you'll be ready to rock and roll.
That's what you need to find out. How fast can they turn around and make that? What do they
Yeah.
need to make it?
Yeah, and maybe we can tentatively think about trying to do this for starting next year, January, and work our way into July for our events downtown to America 250. Maybe that'd be a good starting point.
Well, I mean, this is gonna take a lot of time to do and to get that part of the program going.
If we don't make the parade this year, we can definitely do it next year. Real big.
That's all I have to offer is a 70 Chevelle convertible. It's blue with a white top. Top it happened to be down, white interior. But that would look really good with the Vance County logos on the doors, right? Yeah.
Anything you want made, magnets for the car, believe me, if I be velvet, because they don't put them on the car.
Well, I just got my antique plate, so I'm good to go.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. Well, that took a year.
What kind of car?
70 Chevelle convertible.
Okay.
I decided not to bring it out to the show.
Okay.
No, I'd have to be with the car the whole time. I did.
Okay, so I'm gonna continue to contact McGregor Hall. I'm not giving up on that.
No, don't give up.
Mm-mm.
Would you, so Mr. Markoch is our fine arts director at Vance County Schools. He has I imagine, a pretty good contact with Gregor. Do you want me to talk to him?
Absolutely. And you can share my phone number with him if you would like, if he needs to contact me or anything like that, whatever.
I'll talk to him, because we have our,
Mhm.
arts program every year at McGregor.
Sure.
It's a weekend, so he probably has a contact.
And I just want to emphasize, I do like the idea of showcasing a different type of banner to where we can maybe, you mentioned something about it too. Like you were saying with the traveling, it could be at the courthouse. We could showcase it at different places, where people are having different events or something like that. And it's an investment. I mean, these banners are an investment. I don't want them to be in the way somewhere and just get pushed to the side. I want them to really be showcased.
And that's one thing I would say is if once we develop out what we're going to develop, it would be important for us to have curricular resources for teachers that are embedded on a website or, not just Vance County Schools, because we will want, Henderson Collegiate to access it, all the schools in Vance County to access it and have them have that impact. So it's not just, Vance County Schools, it's all Vance County
Right.
schools.
Because even though, those banners could be taken to different schools
That's
throughout the
right.
year, even, all throughout the year.
With your banners, are you getting the banners with the QR codes on it?
We could, that's something we could do where you could, like you said, have the QR codes at the bottom where you could just do a little scan and it would give you more information about that person or about that particular banner. That's a great idea.
Yes, it is. Because kids are snapping, they're,
That would be a great idea.
kids are,
I
but
have no idea.
everybody takes.
Oh, you know how to do a QR code?
That's how they're reading.
I am
That's a great idea.
You don't have one of
technically
these?
incompetent. Yes, but I have no idea how to
So,
I like the idea of the QR code
Mhm.
on the banner.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Plus, it would offset the America 250 on one side and the QR code on the other, kind of balances out.
Mhm.
Well, then you could provide more information for,
Absolutely.
definitely you want to keep it, give them good information on the banner, but sometimes you don't want to give too much because some people don't want to read too much and they get too many words, they move on. But the QR code for more information, that's for the person that really wants to dig deep into that particular topic.
Right, but then that has to be, they're gonna go out to a website.
Yeah, so we.
So it has to
we-
go out to some maintained website.
So we could create something.
That's where there's.
Yeah, WordPress or something. We could do something, pretty,
we, the schools, or we, us?
me.
Okay.
So
WordPress has
I
a
have,
subscription, so.
I have
yeah.
a lot of experience in that process.
Okay.
Distributing, educational materials on the internet.
Right, because that goes along with, what so it would have to be a short summary of each person versus he's doing the big stuff to go in the library in a book,
Yeah.
right, for that other display. So it would just be a smaller amount.
And then we would have, again, back to the curriculum piece, is taking that big book and then breaking it down to where people want to work with that, And because if being honest with you, as an educator, seeing non-formal educators work with education, part of the problem is there's a disconnect between what non-formals provide and what educators are able to disseminate to their schools.
Right.
Like being able to break it down to disseminate, that's the big task.
All right, well, yeah, I'll make a note that, so the QR codes for the banners.
Yeah.
And maintain, or we're gonna have to create some type of website.
Right.
That'll direct them to.
Yeah.
Right.
But the QR codes will do that for them.
I'm gonna be quiet, one last thing. We should be able to attach this to your Arts Alive program too, Kurt.
Yeah, we definitely could.
We were just talking about possibly doing the 1776 program. We can't get that. They mark out and
Yeah,
got a great program.
it's going to be scaled down a little bit this year in comparison to previous years. But yeah, I think that's definitely something we could connect to. I could talk to Mark Koch about that as well.
For the 1776 program?
For just connecting
Oh, yes.
the Arts Alive program to the America 250.
Mhm.
You probably get a student to sit there and really think of something like he was talking about the marching song or the Vance County Band.
Yeah.
Or
artwork associated. I know they display artwork, so artwork associated with it.
Mhm.
And that goes back to what we were talking about, representation. So if you have students creating artwork from a variety of backgrounds, diverse backgrounds, and then they're displaying for the America 250 Arts Alive connected thing, then those are our connections. That's where we
Right.
start making that representation piece. So it's not something like we have to develop out all on our own, by our own. There's a lot of ways that we can incorporate into what we're doing.
Okay. So what are we doing for you before next week? Are we doing anything for you? I don't know. I mean, I just,
You're finding out whether I can maintain to be with the committee, because I live in Wake County.
But yeah, I'm doing eligibility, looking to see if there's any restrictions. That's what I'm doing.
I'm sure you're gonna be just fine. That's my opinion as chair. I believe you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, I got the letter. I was
Yeah,
very
they-
proud of the letter.
Absolutely, I know.
I gave it to my superintendent.
I have the
mean,
letter.
I was excited.
Yep, I carried it with me. I'm like, oh, maybe they won't let me in the store. Let me bring my letter.
How can we break up these bullet points on this plan to work on?
Well, that's what I'm gonna look at to see what the other states and counties have done,
Okay,
since we are over a year behind.
okay, I just don't want to duplicate. If somebody else is already working on some, investigating information, I don't want to duplicate. I want to work on something else. So that's what there's, it's under
yeah,
the
it's huge.
gathering of voices, visions
Right.
of freedom and
Right.
common ground. So any of these bullet points that we can pull off some information, about and bring it to the next meeting will showcase that we've we've got something to go on, is what I'm saying. I just don't, if you're working on one, I don't want to work on the same one.
I'm working on all of them to see what other people have done, but I'm not working on anyone specific. I'm just gonna find what they've
Right.
done already and compile it and bring it all with me next
Okay.
week. That's part of my job.
Okay. I just wanted to
Yeah.
see if if it was something Vance County specific to work on in any of these. Does that
Well,
make
Tim,
sense?
which ones did you say you were working on? So she knows absolutely not to work on those.
Right.
Right,
I will work on.
there you go.
Page 6, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, she's got a copy.
You had
That's fine.
highlighted regulators and, westward expansions. Is that-
Regulators, westward expansion, American Indian experience, Black experience, which I'll coordinate with Jerry. Labor and labor movements, development of state parks.
Okay,
Pretty ambitious.
all right. I got them marked, you got them marked on there, so that's great. I will try to see what I can find out about.
I only know
Yeah,
one
that's-
couple that's American Indian Cherokee. They have a big display at the Granville Museum right now. Just saying,
I'm just gonna
The
work
Granville
with
family.
existing artifacts that we
On that
have.
list, I
and-
just had the protest.
I didn't know if you wanted to reach out to
You
real
were working
people.
on the
I
project.
can make that connection for you if you choose.
I'm just talking
What was
about
that on?
designing a banner,
Okay,
Under
so.
a gathering of voices. First column, last one.
Yes.
And the community band working on May timeframe for the Vance Ground Community College Community Band, school day, right?
But Tim said May is not a good month.
May is
No,
It's
good
not a
month.
good month.
No,
Okay.
May is terrible.
April is a better
Okay,
month,
April,
and
okay.
only the first 2 weeks of April, really.
Okay.
And then things start to go downhill for everything for schools, as
Okay.
far as testing and all that
Mm.
stuff.
Okay.
So,
Any particular day? Of the week?
no, I would have to have the school calendar in front of me, but I'll bring it next week,
Okay.
if that's when we're meeting.
Yes, so yeah, the next meeting date will be same time, same place,
Okay.
same time.
Next week?
Next week, yeah.
Halifax Resolve is actually on the list, huh?
Yeah, we're meeting next
Vision of
week,
Freedom?
every week, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and put us until they can get a timeline mailed out,
Okay.
and then we may expand.
Will you receive a meeting request?
Yeah, I'll get that set up.
Okay.
All right, is that it? Move to it, I guess, Chair?
Oh, sorry,
Move to adjourn.
looking at my sheet. That's it, we're good? No more public comments or anything?
Yeah.
Okay, then we are adjourned.
Thank you.
You estimate where the existing.
We went over.